Forever. Dog.
Sometimes a school is incredible and you can't quite explain it, so you try. Is Hampton High? Hello, you're listening to Hampton High, the podcast that asks the question, what about WTF with Mark Maron, but for my school? I'm your host, Hampton McKelvey. I'm a junior, and I'm talking to Rockville Prep's most interesting students, staff, and all the above. Rockville Prep, go Skunks! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rockville. Welcome back to the school season. Welcome back from the holidays. So this is like sort of my first episode after Christmas break. And for anyone wondering, my Christmas was like, it was me with my mom and my dad, so it was whatever, and I don't really want to talk about it. And I wanted to say that I am happy to be back in school, because school's where I sort of feel like myself, and when I'm home with just my family, I sort of feel like I have to defend myself from emotional attacks. But I am back in the school and I'm feeling good. And now that we are back, so much has happened over Christmas break for everyone else that once these people come back into the student body position, then everything is there's what I'm trying to say is that there's drama again, there's gossip again, there's things that are happening in the school which merit some discussion, which is why I'm really excited for our guest today. But before we get into that, a huge thing that happens once we get back to school is that Miss Palladino is pregnant. What? And so for me, I see that she's showing a bit of a belly right now, which she was not showing before. So I'm sort of congrats on having obviously a great Christmas break, because you must have met someone and something happened. So because for those of you who don't know, you can only have a baby after having sex, which means over Christmas break, Miss Palladino probably had sex. Which is kind of, I wish I had that kind of break. I wish I had a break where I was having sex. So that's really cool. Congratulations to her. I don't know who the father is. I don't think anyone knows who the father is. I've been asking everyone. No one's giving me a firm answer. So, and obviously she's Miss, so she's not Mrs., which means she's not married. Does she have a boyfriend? No one has told me. None of the teachers have told me. And I can't really find out via my online investigative reporting. So I don't know. So if Miss Palladino sees this, my question for you is, who made your Christmas the nicest Christmas ever? And are you going to get married to him? And if you want to come on and talk about it, I would be more than interested to know. But before we go any further, I do want to say that I am kind of a big comedy fan, and if anyone is a big comedy fan, my favorite comedian is this dude Tim Platt, who lives in New York, and he's having a pretty cool show at UCB East on January 22nd, and it's a Comedy Central corporate retreat, and it's called Pasek and Platt Sex School, and it's about a school where everyone loves to have sex with Mo Fry Pasek, and it's featuring Joe Castle Baker, Pat Regan, and Caroline Teresa. This guy is cool. If I lived in New York, I would see him, but I can't, so I talk about him. But now we are here. I am in the room I am in with my very interesting guest, who also had a very interesting Christmas break, I'm assuming. We haven't really talked about it, but something happened. Basically, I am here with Reptile Pantone. Reptile Pantone, and she, if you don't know her, she's the goth kid, or should I say, she was a goth kid. This is a kid who stopped being goth mysteriously after we got back from Christmas break. So she's here. You are here. I can bring you in the conversation now. Reptile, you are here to share your story, right? So first of all, thank you for being here.
Hey, Hampton. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah.
What did you call me?
I called you Reptile.
Reptile?
Yeah, everyone calls you Reptile.
My name's Reta Pantone.
People call you Reptile. Did you know this? I thought you called yourself Reptile.
No, why? Why would you call me Reptile?
Well, you dress you have traditionally dressed really goth and freaky, so it's
yeah, you dress like a dumbass. I don't call you something like that.
That was not,
Sorry. That really upsets me because I can't really hear when people call me names or say anything really, because I have tinnitus.
Just because I'm straight-laced doesn't mean I don't have feelings, and just because I dress normal doesn't mean I don't put thought into my clothes, okay?
Well, I get it. I know more than anyone what it means to not be tied to how you dress.
I don't appreciate you really chose to start the I'm really disappointed in you because
I'm sorry.
You started this with real aggression.
Can we start over? I'm sorry.
We'll edit this part out.
I'm sorry.
That was really fucking.
I had.
Are you sure you're not goth? You don't. You're acting goth.
I know. I'm sorry. I had a bunch of hard-boiled eggs, and I get aggressive.
Okay, let's retake this part.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I think I'm nervous about sharing everything about this because I don't know all of it. I guess I didn't know I was called reptile, but I do know that people looked at me one way and now I'm a different way. And I guess I just got defensive.
No, okay. I'm playing rewind in my brain, I guess if I was in your position and someone was calling me a name I didn't know I called myself, and it was like a bug, like a reptile, then like that would. It's a
lizard. A reptile's like a lizard. It's not
but
a
like
bug.
Reptiles and bugs are sort of in the same camp of creepy crawlies. And if I had known I was called that, that would make me, and I would feel insulted too.
Yeah.
And so I understand why you lash out at me, even though, can we admit that I don't dress bad and I dress cool?
No, you dress really cool, and you have this cool show, and everybody thinks you're cool, Hampton.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think you are very good at apologizing. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And however you choose to dress doesn't change that. I guess you have good intentions about the clothes you probably pick.
So I guess we're sort of here. I guess we won't retake this because like we're sort of where I want to be, which is like we're talking about clothes, we're talking about what we wear, we're talking about who we are and what our clothes represent. And so I guess like my big question for you is like, why did you stop being goth?
That's a really good question. And before I get into it, I want to say, again, I'm sorry for lashing out, and thank you for having me on the show to talk about this, because I haven't even like talked to my own mom about this, which is hard. And I guess she'll find out this way if she listens to this. Mom, if you're listening, I love you and I'm sorry. But
if you're listening, I love you too.
That's my mom.
I know. I'm just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, So why did you stop? My question was, why did you stop being goth?
Well, there's a lot to get into, I guess. And, you asked me, why did I stop being goth, when I think the real question is, why was I goth in the first place?
Ooh. Whoa. Okay, so that's a deep that's deep as fuck. You can curse, by the way. I just edited it out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Actually didn't even think about that because, like, I guess in my brain, like, you come into the world as what you are. You know what I mean? But the idea of you becoming goth is like not something I consider really. But like, yeah, why? Okay, so why? Like, because being goth is so weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, no offense, but like, being goth is like such a choice in some ways.
Well, how do you mean?
Because it's like so much. It's more clothes to put on, and like more of a statement.
It's the same amount of clothes you're wearing right now. They're just different colors.
Okay. You're right, and my pregiudizio is showissimo. My prejudice is showing. That's that in Italian.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Sorry, I'm interrupting you like a fucking straight white man, which I am.
And it's thank you for saying that.
Yeah, no, I read Twitter. So why did you start?
Well, I mean, you've known me a long time, and you know that. I don't know, when was like the first time we even met? Do you remember?
I mean, I think 8th grade, but I think 8th grade, but maybe longer. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
The first time I remember you was in 8th grade, because that was when, like, you caused that big scene about Emily Dickinson in English class. Do you know what I mean?
Well, she is oft not considered as seriously as I think people should take her.
And I think my position at the time, which was most of the boys in the class at the time, was that she's boring and isn't really talking about anything interesting, And like, you can be dark, but more like Edgar Allan Poe, like spooky, which is cool.
Yeah, but she talks about. I don't want to get into Emily Dickinson. I'll get really upset again.
No, do I? Because I actually had
strong
feelings. I still have strong feelings
and
about
we
that.
shouldn't get into it right now. And I already told you I had the eggs, and I don't want to get into it again.
Right.
But anyway,
was it 8 hard-boiled eggs?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
We can get into my diet, but I learned how to eat that way because I've been a dancer. I was a dancer. Why are you laughing at that?
Sorry, like, you're a dancer? Like, how can you dance with all those like chains all over you,
No, that's not how it works. I was a dancer for about 6 years. And
In 8th grade
no, earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little young?
No. You can dance at any age. And that's what's fucked up about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. So
my mom saw in me young that I could do really talented things really early with my body. I was not somebody who knew how to dance or knew what I was doing, but I could jump in the air and all of a sudden I could stick 6 flips. And that was crazy. And, I can still do that to this day, but it is just something that comes through me and it's not a part of me necessarily. So this is this thing that I just naturally had. And my parents saw it and they said, okay, we think you should be a dancer. And so I was a part of like this dance school and I was really, really good. I was known for my 6 flips and more. My jeté.
Sorry.
And jetem. It's dance terms. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And
I don't want to know.
eventually, yeah, I was like number 1 in modern contemporary and then the, boulangerie.
What?
Sorry.
What was that?
These are just dance terms.
Okay, I don't want to know those. Those are going to confuse me. I don't need those words in my head.
Okay, well, I was really gifted at them. I guess that's what my mom says, gifted. And I hated it. Hampton. I hated it.
Okay.
And I had these glittery little leotards. And
Glitty. Sorry.
you're right. That's fucking funny. Glitty is like, that's so messed up.
Yeah. Because hey, look at my glitty pants.
I didn't know you were funny like that.
Yeah, I guess we're all full of surprises.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I felt really trapped in the dancing and I quickly found a little band called The Cure, like everybody else. And yeah, that was that. I guess next time you saw me, I was Reptile. Whatever.
Okay, so let me just figure this out for a second. So you were just a kid who was goth, and then you started dancing, and then you weren't.
No.
Okay.
This is before you even noticed me. You didn't even notice me before.
Okay. So you weren't even goth. So you were dancing before you were goth.
Yes.
And then you were really good. You could do a bunch of flips, is what you said.
6.
You could do 6 flips. That is a lot of flips.
I know.
So why didn't you play basketball or something?
Because you don't need to flip in basketball.
Yeah, but that same skill set would probably you could dunk.
No. I can flip. I can't dunk. If I dunk, I don't flip.
But I feel like if you flip, you can dunk. You know what I mean? It's one of those it's an equation.
I get up that high in the air, but I have to rotate.
Yeah, but you will rotate by bringing the ball towards the hoop, and then the flip that would the momentum that would
Hampton.
Yeah,
my body has to go in full rotation. I'm not in control of this. I have to flip when I go in the air, or else it doesn't work. I could get hurt bad if I try to dunk. Bad. You don't think I tried? I tried to be on JV. I don't know, 2 years ago.
Well, if you only flip,
and all I could do was flip in the middle of the court. I was trying to shoot 3-pointers and I was trying to go in for the dunk, and I would just jump. Every time I took a jump shot, I flipped 6 times.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That would probably be a deterrent on the court, because once you make a jump shot, you gotta go for the offensive rebound, and if you're too busy flipping, you've missed the offensive rebound.
Well, Coach Klein thought so.
Well, Coach Klein's I'm sure Coach Klein was kind of rude about it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's a jerk. I don't like him, and he's bald.
Yeah.
Right, Coach Klein is freaking bald.
Yeah, he is.
So okay, so you were doing a lot of flips, and then you stopped. And how did that make you goth? Okay, so can I say from my perspective? So what is it? What you're saying that you were doing a thing that you were good at but didn't really want to do, and then you needed to do something to change up your life? You know what I mean?
I just felt kind of trapped in this sunshiny thing of being a dancer,
Oh, because dancers are hot and dancers are sexy and dancers are
no,
pretty and like the balls of cheerleaders kind of.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And then goth is like opposite of that.
No.
Okay.
I didn't like being a dancer because there was so much pressure and expectation on my performances. I was supposed to be the next Maddie Ziegler.
Who's that?
She's in the Sia videos. She's little and
she's that kid who like looks like Sia in the videos.
Yeah. A lot of people were like, you're going to be the next Maddie. You're going to be the next Maddie. If you work hard enough, if you train hard enough, every day you wake up, you eat, breathe in, sleep Maddie Ziegler, you will be Maddie Ziegler. And I folded under the pressure.
Hey, oh my God, look, you're walking on the ceiling. You are Maggie. You are her. Because you're, sorry. You know, in there's that one video where she like is on the ceiling?
Yeah.
With the guy from Transformers?
Shia.
Yeah.
That could have been me with, I don't know, who's the next Shia?
I mean, not me, because I can't dance.
Who's the next Shia?
In terms of like actors? I don't know, actually. I mean, you know who replaced him was Mark Wahlberg, so I guess he's next Shia.
Mark Wahlberg replaced him?
In Transformers? Have you seen Transformers movies?
No.
They're fucking cool. Because, like, they're like big robots, but, like, they have...
My brother loves Bumblebee. That's all I know.
That's a new one. I haven't seen it. I want to see it so fucking bad. I haven't seen many new movies recently, but, like, I really want to see that
I haven't seen any new movies either.
I really want to.
Yeah.
Because it's, like... I don't know. I just feel over the holidays, like, I couldn't. I was too busy watching, like, Christmas movies.
Yes.
You know, I watched The Grinch, like, fucking 15 times.
I watched The Greatest Story Ever Told, like, on repeat.
I haven't seen that. What's that one?
That's a movie about Christmas.
Oh, cool. I should have seen that one too.
Yeah.
Sorry, where were we? We were at so you were being forced to be something that you didn't think you wanted to be.
Yeah.
And that made you be goth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Are you changing the way you say yeah?
No.
Okay. I guess my own ears are... I guess mine ears doth bleed with the confusion of audio.
So you do like Emily Dickinson?
No, that was me being Edgar Allan Poe, the hot one, and not the hot one, like the cool one.
Oh, the hot one. Okay.
Like the cool one.
Okay, I think Emily Dickinson's as hot as Edgar Allan Poe.
I mean, we don't really know because we don't see their bodies anymore. Also, like, you know, it's guy and girl thing, so guys and girls are hot in different ways.
People wrote about her body.
She wrote about her body?
Yeah. Isn't that enough?
Well, no, because she also like wrote about being like alone all the time, and like that's not hot. It's not hot to be alone. Yes, it is. What?
Yes, it is.
It's not hot to be alone. I think.
I think it is.
Why do you think that?
Because you have interiority.
What?
Because you have interiority.
What does that mean?
Because you have interiority. It means inside you can think about yourself and how you are, and know what that is enough to bring it out into the world.
Okay.
And that's hot.
But then you don't bring it. If you don't bring it out in the world, no one ever sees it.
I feel like the eggs are getting to me, and I'm getting upset talking about this.
I'm sorry. So you've been goth.
Yep.
You became goth after you were a dancer. Mm-hmm. And now you're not goth anymore. And because you've been goth for a long time.
Yeah, for years now.
Yeah, and we called you Reptile.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
And you like had crazy clothes, and you wore black nail polish, and you had like a bunch of rings, and you like had black lipstick and black like eyeshadow, and like you had like what's that? It's like a Egyptian thing you used to have around your neck. It was like
I just had a cross.
It wasn't like an Egyptian.
What you're talking about is an ankh.
Was it? Did you not have one of those?
No, I had a cross.
Am I so dumb? Did I think that cross was an ankh?
I don't know.
I'm going to hell. I'm not. I kind of believe so. If you kind of believe, then that's enough. According to Martin Luther.
Hell's cool.
What? What? Hell's cool? It's actually literally hot. Well, in Dante, it's actually cold in the middle.
Right. Icy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's funny about us? I do feel like it's like, I think, no, it is. I just feel like because I saw you as goth for so long, I kind of assumed that you were judging me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. I do think I felt
No
that.
way. I just didn't want people to notice me, and I wanted to be my own person and just like live my life and feel a little more invisible than like the confetti, glitter, sparkle dance thing. So,
I mean, I can see how that's like an inverse of that, but I also just like, in terms of someone who is just a normal person at school, anytime someone dresses like in a very specific way, you know, it feels like a fuck you. It feels like a fuck you to normal kids, you know, to be like, hey, fuck you for you're normal and that sucks and I'm interesting and cool. Do you know what I mean?
But that's not fair. You're like judging my choice just because you're not doing the same choice as me. It's like judging me for my choice.
I know. All I'm saying is that I do think we actually agree on a lot. Just like we're coming from stuff in a different direction, and I think in the past maybe I have turned that into like an antagonism that perhaps wasn't there
from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you stop being goth? You were doing goth for all this stuff. You were gothy, reptile.
Okay, slow down.
You were all this stuff, and then but this Christmas break, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
You mysteriously came back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Naga.
Yeah, well, it's hard to talk about, but I got bucked by a horse.
Pardon me?
I got bucked by a horse.
You got bucked?
I got bucked.
By a horse?
Bucked by a horse.
So like a horse bucked you?
I got bucked.
So you were bucked by a horse?
Big time bucked.
So over Christmas break, you went on a horse, the horse bucked you?
Yeah. I was over Christmas break. I was on the horse.
And then it bucked. Yeah, you got bucked off by you got bucked by a horse.
Bucked.
On the horse and it bucked you off.
Not like a chicken buck.
No, I know. I was trying to make the sound of being bucked, which I guess made it.
That's not the sound that happens.
I understand that I made a mistake, and I'd like you to not hold my feet to the fire of that, you know, the icy fires of hell. But you were bucked by a horse.
I was bucked.
Okay, so what the fuck? How's that happen? How do you ride horses? Do goth kids ride horses?
Not usually, but in this circumstance, yes.
Why were you on a horse?
My cousin was having a birthday party and it was at a petting zoo, and I was at the petting zoo, and for $2 you could get on a horse and they would lead you around this little pen for like a couple minutes. Mm-hmm. And I was on a chestnut mare. Sorry, it's hard to talk about.
It's okay.
I was on a chestnut mare.
Okay.
And we went around maybe 1.5 times in the pen, and then she got upset and she bucked.
And so that literally, and when you say bucked, you mean like reared up and like threw you off, right? That's what we're talking about.
I mean, its back legs went up and I went off.
So the reverse of a rear, basically.
A reverse of a rear.
Because a rear is like the front legs up.
A rear is like cowboy.
And buck is like rodeo.
Yeah.
And you got it thrown off.
I was real rodeo. Real rodeo.
So like what happened? So that must have been scary.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because you were goth before, you would have connected to that fear. You know what I mean? Because I feel like so much about goth is like owning darkness, and like being bucked is one of like the darkest thing I can think of. So like, weren't you like dead? Like, weren't you ready for that, or not ready for being bucked? But like, I guess I'm just confused. I guess I don't really understand. Like, why did that? What did that do?
Have you ever heard the phrase like "my life flashed before my eyes"?
For sure, I've heard that phrase a bunch.
Yeah.
I've heard that phrase in movies. I've heard that phrase in books. I've heard that phrase in like.
You can stop.
I think on news you've heard people say that
so
before.
You've heard about it.
There's actually.
So you've heard about it.
Yeah, no, I've heard,
great.
I love that phrase.
Okay,
actually,
so
I think it's like kind
it.
of interesting because when you think about that, it's
so
like
you know it.
If I were to die,
okay, so then I can explain it.
Is it the life after me, or just the life I've had up to that point? You like, do you see the life that you could have lived? Yeah.
Can I explain what happened to me?
Yeah, you can.
Can I share my story?
Yeah, you can share your story.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, my life flashed before my eyes. And it wasn't like I saw every little scene in my life altogether. It was more like a feeling that my life was about to end from this mare. And it made me appreciate life. It made me appreciate all the parts of myself instead of wanting to get away from this one thing that I didn't like so much about myself. And I did a lot of thinking after the buck, and I realized like I'm both those things. I am goth and I am an extremely talented young dancer that can do 6 flips at any moment in time. I am both of those things at once.
I hope you aren't offended, but I do want to say that like I do find that like really inspiring and kind of cool because like what you're basically saying is that like you had a near-death experience and realized that like the way you were presenting yourself to the world and to yourself wasn't like encapsulating everything that you were, and you realizing that maybe it was a reaction to try and get away from the person who you thought you were. Do you know what I mean? Is that what you're, because like I kind of connected that really hard sometimes because I sometimes think that like, you know, even doing like even trying to tell like my dad that I wanted to major in English and not business, which I talk about all the fucking time on this show, but I feel like it's always important to say because people are always continually surprised that like even just saying that made me realize that like, oh yeah, I've always been an English major, you know, and just by saying, and sometimes I try to flex the idea that I'm not that, but by even just by saying it, I'm like, no, I am, but I'm also a jock too. Do you know what I mean? And that like we all do contain so many different sides of ourselves, and like I understand why like a near-death thing can sort of make you reevaluate that, you know?
Uh-huh.
I think that's really cool.
Thanks.
That's like... Yeah, that's really brave. I think that's really brave.
I don't think it's brave. I just think that's what happened to me. And it's been really crazy coming back to school and having everybody like look at me. They almost look at me different more now than when I was reptile, I guess. Or,
I know, and people were already looking at you like a lot then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now they're looking even more like, okay, so she's fake.
No,
so she's fake as hell.
Can I tell you what my honest thoughts were?
I guess so.
It wasn't that you were fake. It was just like, so day one, everyone's like, what's going on? And in my brain, I was just like, oh, she didn't have enough time. Do you know what I mean? Like we're coming back from the holidays. Everyone's like getting reacquainted with school. And I was like, oh, she must have like, you know, just didn't have time to put on all the makeup and pull all that shit, you know? And then day two, I was like, okay, this is a choice. And then day three, I was like, she's a new person. Yeah. You know, like she's a fucking new person. That just is what it is. So like, that was and so like, obviously I was paying attention because I was trying to see like, oh, you're going to be back the next day. Oh, you're not back the next day. Oh, you're still going. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, yeah, I mean, I was paying attention. A lot of people are paying attention, you know? Yeah,
I know. And it's a big change. And I don't know. I just didn't want to hide anymore. I didn't want to hide in all those clothes and makeup and you know what I mean?
No, because like, well. So I will say that like you weren't hiding as a goth. You were like standing out like a sore thumb. Like you pay people pay. Like
no, I was hiding from my past.
But like I sort of said this before. Like I was saying before, like when you dress any way that's different from normal, people are going to pay more attention to you. So like,
no, that's not true.
It literally is true, though.
No, it's not true. Look at Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga literally gets attention because of the crazy shit she wears all the time. Like she's not hiding. She's like getting jobs and like making a point of dressing crazy all the time, and people like pay attention to that.
No, but Lady Gaga dresses crazy, so nobody pays attention to what's really going on with Lady Gaga.
No, but we all pay attention to her all the time because of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like the reason she has attention is because of how she dresses, you know, and her music too, which is like kind of cool. But like,
she's cool and talented too, and I think she's gonna get the Oscar.
Oh, for Stars Born?
Yeah.
You know, I unfortunately think that's true. I think it's sort of a shame.
I think she's going to get the Oscar.
I just think acting Oscars should be about talent and not about like presenting yourself as different than you were before. Because she's presenting herself now as an actress. And it's like, okay, I'm not saying you can't be good at that, but I am saying that like, why would she get
I'm saying when she started, she was, yes, everyone was looking at her. She was visible, but she was also invisible behind all of that stuff. And that is me also. So who's to say that maybe I can't try out for the basketball team and maybe dunk now?
But you already say you don't want to do that.
I might. I don't know. I could change at any moment and I'm still me.
I'm not dumb, but I am confused. Lady Gaga is the most attention-seeking pop star we've ever seen in this fucking millennium, and you're saying that she's not, that she's someone who just like fades in the background because of her clothes. And then you're also saying that like she deserves an Oscar for taking off the clothes that gives her the like. No,
I think she deserves an Oscar because she's a talented person. I think these are two separate ideas. You know, like I think she deserves the Oscar. I haven't seen the movie. I'll say that right now.
Neither have I.
Okay.
But I do think Bradley Cooper deserves an Oscar.
Yeah, I think they both deserve Oscars.
Because he apparently changed his voice, and like he also like learned to play guitar, and like he wasn't a singer before.
And that's crazy. Yeah. That's hard to do.
That's really, really hard.
That's hard to do. That's like the most as an actor.
It's really hard. Yeah.
To learn how to play guitar.
When you like don't do that at all.
That's insane.
It's like literally nuts.
Okay,
you know,
so
like,
we agree.
Well, I think it's different because like she had to. So she was an actress, learned how to act. He was an act. No, she was a musician, learned how to act. He was an actor, learned how to be a musician. I think it's harder to be a musician from actor than the reverse.
I just think she's Oscar worthy. And again, I have not seen the movie.
I have not seen the movie either, but I think it would be a shame if she won. I think it would be a slap in the face to actors who deserve it, like Bradley Cooper.
There's two different categories.
There's a bunch of different categories.
There's actor and actress. I wish it wasn't gendered like that, but it is.
I wish you would get. There should be an award for There should be an award for the movie. Every movie should have their own Oscars. It should be like best person in it.
They do.
What?
They have best picture.
No, I'm saying every movie should have its own award ceremony. So it's like A Star Is Born should have its own like best person, and the best person would be Bradley Cooper because he did all that cool stuff. And so
you're saying each movie should have an Oscars award ceremony for its own movie?
Yeah.
And everybody in the movie who worked on the movie should get an award?
No, the one person should get the award for the best person. So
everybody else who worked really hard on that movie should not get an award. It should just be one person taking credit for the whole big movie.
Yeah, I mean that's literally what the Oscars are, except for like for movies as a genre. So like for Iron Man, like the best person in the movie would be like obviously Robert Downey Jr. And for like Thor, obviously the best person in the movie would obviously be... Oh, that's actually a good question because would it be Loki? Would it be Thor? Villain? Oh, yeah, you're right. It'd be too hard. It'd be too hard to pick for a lot of these. Okay, it's not a good idea because sometimes there's a villain. Sometimes the villain is as interesting as the hero, and then it's hard to pick which one of those deserves to be the best person in the movie. So I guess I know how to back down, unlike our Emily Dixon conversation.
Well,
and I'll say that I guess you're right about that.
Yeah. What's the quote? When I did not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me.
Yeah, how is that a poem? How is that a poem?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, I understand. Who do you think is the coolest freshman?
Oh my God, Lisa Lampanello.
Oh, yeah.
Just because her name is so close.
Yeah. And she she doesn't really make a big deal out of it.
She's so cool about it.
She's really cool. Yeah.
She's so cool about it. And everybody that like comes up to her is like, your name sounds like Lisa Lampanelli. She's like, I know. It's so cool. And it's crazy.
I know it's crazy, but Rockville Prep fucking loves Lisa Lampanelli. Like she is like so fucking funny and like I know. I just think she's the funniest shit. And so for Lisa, the freshman.
Well, Lisa Lampanello is just really low key and creative, which I really like.
Oh, is she? I don't know. She's an art person.
Yeah, she does stains.
Stains? What? Pardon the French?
She does stains with silk.
What?
She stains silk.
She stains silk?
Mm-hmm.
So she makes a mess?
Everyone's got to get their hands dirty.
And on that note, thank you for doing the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Reta.
Reta.
Reta like reptile. Reta like... Oh, wait, Reta is like reptile. That's why I thought it in the first place. Reta.
My name's Reta.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Thanks for the pod.
Thank you.
Okay, that was good.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. I am sorry. I did think you thought reptile. I did think that you had called yourself reptile.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm sorry I feel like I came in swinging and I didn't mean to. I just it's so nervous. Like I've never been on broadcast like this.
No, I know. And I understand. I also realized I sort of didn't remember that we did have that big fight in 8th grade about Poe and Dickinson.
Yeah.
Because you definitely were leading for the girls there and I was definitely for the guys for that. Mm-hmm. I sort of forgot that was a moment. That was a moment in class of
I remember it.
Yeah. So I guess it probably is some
Are you still
Am I what?
Are you still doing flute?
No, I don't do flute anymore. No. I barely even did in the first place.
It was cool. I thought it was cool.
You did?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like really beautiful, but it's not really, I don't think it's really a guy thing. So
I think it is. And you loved it. You had your recorder all the time and blowing in people's faces, pranking people with it.
Yeah. But I was me being a prankster, not really be like a.
But you were good at it. You were really good.
I practiced a little bit because I really liked it, but I didn't. Yeah.
I think you should keep doing it if you wanted to keep doing it.
I can't even do it now. I can't even whistle now.
You have to change your mouth position.
How am I supposed to?
So it's like an old ship's call.
Now that's poetry, like an old ship's call.
Thank you. I write it a little bit.
You did?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do
So you make your mouth in the smallest O that you can.
Okay.
Really tight. and then you just blow. So it's like, so it's the absence of noise. So no noise, just air.
Okay.
So less sensual. So a little less sensual. Maybe think of God.
Oh, I think about God all the time.
In your case,
Okay,
just to change.
Yeah, so that's not a problem for me. Okay. Oh.
No noise again.
Okay.
Ready? Hampton, stop.
Sorry. Even I can be bad.
Practice at home,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, sure. But thanks for doing that. I'm sorry if I like.
No, I'm sorry. Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because like.
Guess
Cool.
I'll see you at school.
Yeah, I'll see you more often. And God, I'll keep able to see you because you're not hiding. Or yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually
Not anymore.
Yeah. Nice to see you like this. So
Thanks.
Yeah,
You too.
You looked kind of weird before. Now you kind of look kind of nice. So
Okay. Well, you don't have to say it like that.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. I guess that's a nice. Take the compliment. That's what my dad always says.
Yeah, and for me, my dad always says, that you are you are a McKelvey, so act like one. Yeah.
What's McKelvey do? What's a McKelvey?
I'm a McKelvey. I'm Hampton McKelvey. So
And what does Hampton McKelvey do?
I don't know.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever Dog news by following us on Twitter and Instagram @ForeverDogTeam